Hello, and welcome back to another JaYo Reviews. Today we're going to talk about the movie Longlegs, supposed serial killer movie about a serial, this about fathers who kill their daughters and wives, and they're compelled to do it by something or someone else. And thus begins the story. And I have the wonderful Jerry with me. Hi, Jerry.
Hey, Jackie.
How's it going?
Going well.
Excellent. Let us start by giving our ratings for this movie. What was your rating for Long Legs?
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Ooh, we are on the same page.
Ooh, first
Yes,
time.
right. Well, I'm also going to give it a 6. Yes. So what were your thoughts, Jerry? Like why did you give it a 6?
Well, as we know, I mean, it had a lot of hype going in, so I definitely had some high expectations.
Mm-hmm.
They've done a big marketing campaign, and um, so yeah, I think I went in, with fairly high expectations and was pretty disappointed in general. I gave it a 6, so it's, you know, better than halfway. So it's like, it's a slightly positive um, score, I think. So, I think for horror fans, I would slightly have to recommend it. I wouldn't tell people not to see it, but it has a lot of really strong elements. I thought it was very creatively done. I thought the directing was well done. Visually, it was compelling. It had a lot of artistic elements to it. I
Yeah.
thought, in terms of the writing, I thought there was some sort of holes in the story, and I think the story, made sense in places. It was interesting. It was sort of interesting, a little bit original, but had some problems, um, just story wise. And then some of the performances, I thought the lead actress, I thought, was really flat. Um, I thought she was trying to do, like, the impression I got was she was trying to do like Jodie Foster in Silence of the Lambs, because it's a very similar character.
Uh-huh.
That was what I felt like she was going for, and just was not working. It just felt really flat.
Mm.
I don't know her work before this, so I can't really compare. But I thought at the end of the film, I thought she did kind of bring it. So it looked like she was capable of more, but was kind of holding back, as her impression of what the character was, I think, was keeping her flat.
Yeah.
And then Nicolas Cage, I thought, he was kind of in and out to me. He had some moments where I thought he was kind of nailing it, and then I thought a lot of it he was just over the top doing. I call it the Jeff Goldblum syndrome, where he's become like a parody of himself. It's
Mm.
like he's almost doing a parody of Nicolas Cage. Like Nicolas Cage doing a parody of Nicolas Cage. That's what I got a sense of in
That's
places. So
hilarious.
yeah, so there was those were kind of some of my negative comments. So it was entertaining
Uh-huh.
overall, but yeah, it was not living up to the potential, I think, of what it could have been.
I totally agree. And I feel it's too bad because it had such great potential. Um, we've been waiting. Well, I don't know about the rest of America, but I've been waiting for a really great serial killer movie for a while. I love serial killer movies so much, and I've been going
That's
back to
my
the
dream
classics.
role. That's what I always want to play.
Oh, a serial killer?
Yeah, that's like my dream role.
I love that. Same here. Same here. Like it would be so fun. I mean, I rewatched Seven recently because I was like, ah, so good. And and I totally agree. I also got like, oh, she's trying to be like Jodie Foster in Silence of the Lambs, and I was just like, and then it tried to do this like autistic, intuitive thing, which I was just like, I didn't think worked. Yeah, it was too bad.
And it
Uh,
didn't really make sense. It was kind of like a device they used to kind of get her into this, like to have them bring her onto this case or something, but then it didn't
hmm,
really make sense. Like it didn't go anywhere with
right.
this capability that she supposedly had.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I was just like, hmm. Yeah.
And the other thing that I forgot to mention, I'm a big cryptology fan. Like
Okay.
I took my favorite class in college was cryptology,
Oh
and the
wow.
fact, and I was like, if they were going to use this, cryptogram thing,
Mhm.
they could have done something a little more complex. It was like the most basic kind of cryptogram that any moron would be able to figure out, and like the fact that they had all of these notes, from the killer, and
Yeah.
they couldn't decode them like for all this time. I was not buying that at all. Like you gotta be kidding me. That's all it was.
Oh, you're like, this is way too easy.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the strong elements about this movie that you really enjoyed.
Well, like I said, I mean, okay, so this is, I was just talking about this with some other people. I was actually comparing this movie to Maxine, which sort of, came out around the same time and sort of have some similar elements. But I thought and I don't want to talk about Maxine, so I'll just like leave that. But I thought it had a phenomenal opening scene. I thought like this when the movie opened,
Oh,
I really thought I was in for something special. I thought this is great. And I loved the way, and this isn't really a spoiler, but I loved the way they started with like, the 133, like old time,
mm,
uh, like home video footage kind of look, and then did this like gradual, like, like, I mean, we've seen that thing before, but did a really slow, like pull out to the widescreen,
yeah.
which I thought was really cool. And there's just a lot of this visual elements to it that I thought were really creative. So I thought that was one of the strongest. I just thought visually it was really cool, just the way it was shot, um, just the whole look of it. I thought was really cool.
Mm. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I totally agree. I love a strong start to a movie. Um, and what was some of the other? I also agree with you that like, and I think it made sense in terms of like why she was acting as if she was on the spectrum for most of the movie, and then at the end, it changed because of the way the story goes. But I do think like there could have been more nuance um in her performance for and the pay well, we're talking about strong elements. I liked how she acted in the end.
Yes,
Like,
the end I thought was really strong too. I mean that at least I appreciated that it. I thought it gave kind of a good ending. Uh,
yes.
way it sort of came together in the end. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. I also liked how creepy Nicolas Cage was. I do think it was a caricature and it was over the top, but it was fun. Like I could tell he was having a
It was definitely
blast.
fun. I did like the, without spoiling, just the way the scene ended in the prison. I like that.
Too, me too. Yeah, I like that too. I loved her mother. I think she was a strong point to the movie. Like she added, yeah. What's the name of the actress? In fact, I don't even know.
uh, um,
Played her
like,
mother.
uh,
I'm not gonna go back. Alicia Witt.
the mother. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. I think she was really good. I also liked Blair Underwood in this. I
Yeah,
think
I thought
he
he was
was,
really good. Yeah,
yeah, he
yeah.
did a
And
good
we
job.
haven't seen enough of him, or at least I haven't seen enough of him lately. So yeah,
Same,
I miss,
same.
I used to watch him on Billy Law all the time. So
Mm.
I mean, that was a long time ago, but yeah, we haven't seen enough of him lately.
Yeah, it was great to see him be the main the main agent in this one with her. I think that was good. Um, what else were strong elements? I, my brother and sister were kind of like, we don't know if like the supernatural elements were necessary for this story. Like they were kind of like, we were hoping this would just be like a serial killer movie without the supernatural elements. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree in a way, although I don't know how. Yeah, it would have been hard to explain things without that. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how they could have explained it in a real, like with complete reality without that added factor. But
Yeah.
although that's kind of a spoiler, I guess, because you don't know going in whether there is any of that in there.
I mean, I think it's pretty easy to tell. And I also, we talked about, we haven't talked about all the strong elements, but we can go back and forth. One weak element that I didn't like was I could tell from the beginning what was going to happen to Blair Underwood. And yeah, I thought that that was like, oh, okay.
Oh, that was another thing. Well, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to do spoiler. Well, I know we usually do spoilers later, so I don't know. Are we ready for some slight spoilers or?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Spoiler alert, everyone. Spoiler.
Right. Another thing that bugged me as like too much. It was just like that's the thing. A lot of the script elements were just too convenient.
Yeah.
So the fact that like that her birthday aligned with these other girls' birthdays,
I
and
was
that
like,
didn't
come
come
on.
out at the very beginning. Like, wouldn't that be the first thing you would say? Oh, that's my birthday too, you know? But that comes out later, and it's like,
Yeah,
come on, too convenient.
exactly. Yeah. There's that. There's, yeah, like the dead giveaway, Blair Underwood with, his family and being like, okay, we know what's going to happen to them at some point. And it was just like, I think you can make this
And the symbol that the dates like, making, I don't know, that was a little too
on
convenient
the
too.
nose,
But
too convenient.
yeah, just the way, yeah, the way a lot of the story played out, it was, and I don't mind some of that. I guess it was just there was just so much of it that, yeah, that things were just sort of laid out in just like too easy of a way.
Agreed. Agreed. I was just like, guys, we don't need all of that. I think you could, in fact, please, if you're gonna do another serial killer movie, whether it's this director or another one, please be more subtle. Like, really make us work for it. I love when I'm surprised. I love when I'm like, oh, I did not. That's why I love Agatha
Yes, and
Christie.
there was one of those that I really loved, which, and I'm trying to think. I don't want to give a spoiler on this one.
Yeah.
Um, let's just say the Long Legs is workshop.
Yes.
I really liked that.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, that was a good one that I didn't see coming.
Yeah. I also really loved, I think Kiernan Shipka gave a really great performance. She
Yeah.
was the first victim who survived. Oh, not first victim, but the one who survived. The one girl. I
I'm
think
trying to.
where Longlegs started with one family and this girl wasn't a part of the
Oh,
violence
right. Oh, yeah.
hospital. I thought
Right.
she gave a really great, strong performance.
Yeah, I liked her.
And I loved her scene. I was like, that
Hmm.
scene stood out.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah. But yeah, overall, it was like I was rooting for you and the pacing. For me, the pacing was not right. Way too many long pauses, way too many like, oh, we're trying to prepare you for a jump scare that will never come. And I was just like, can we not?
Right.
I don't need that. Actually scare me rather than being like, music is prepping you. We're about to. Just kidding.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need any of this. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I know Nicolas Cage must have had a blast though. This
Oh,
character.
I'm sure. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think he was having too much fun. I think that was part of the
I think,
problem.
I think that's, it's like me, team too much, and it was like nobody told him, like, okay,
Right.
now
Right.
let's
Yeah, the
bring back.
director's like, "Oh, it's Nicolas Cage." I'm not saying a word,
I didn't get it. I was like, what are we doing? And my sister was surprised though when we watched the end credits, and she was like, that was Nicolas Cage, because she did not recognize him at all.
Wasn't he in the opening credits of like?
We
Wasn't
were
that
we
in
were
the
probably
like
like,
opening? Because I remember seeing. I thought in the opening the movie it said Nicolas Cage as Longlegs or something like
oh,
that.
we didn't watch the opening credits. That's wrong.
Okay. All right.
um, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember like watching the beginning of the movie because I had no idea. Like I didn't even know Nicolas Cage was in it. I didn't know who was in it. I didn't really know much going in. And I remember seeing the opening credits. I was like, oh, he plays Longlegs. That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah. No, because the prosthetics, and I think in terms of the prosthetics, that's another one where I was like, y'all could have done a better job, friends. He looked like a Muppet, or I don't know. It looked.
That's why okay. So when you know how and I like the way they did this. Like they didn't really show him
Yes,
like up
love
close
that.
for a while, but they kind of yeah, and I like that.
Mhm.
And so I started thinking, and of course, the story very much it reminds you of Silence of the Lambs, kind of the tone and everything as it's going.
Yeah.
So I was thinking because you were just seeing glimpse of him, I was thinking that it was like skin of victims or something on his face because it looked so bad.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
It
was
looked
thinking
like it
again.
was somebody's skin that like stuck on his face. That's what I
Mhm.
was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that
Until
would
you
have
saw
been.
it close, and it's like, oh, that's actually supposed to be his face.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Disappointing. I think that would have been such a cool element if he had used it for himself or for for the tool that he used to make, the families do what they had to do. I think that would have been a really cool element. Missed
Mhm.
opportunity, friends. Missed opportunity. Wow. On to my favorite question, as always. If you could play anyone in this movie, who would you like to play?
Duh. Long legs.
Ah,
Easy answer.
I mean, I prefer actually more the mom to long legs. I think the mom has
Okay.
more interesting storytelling, in my
Okay.
opinion. But I would also like, obviously, wouldn't mind playing Asian Lee Harker, the heroine, but I would play her very differently.
Yeah.
Like I would not be at all her version of that character.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do love those last 20 minutes or 30 minutes with the mom. I think actually from the moment the mom was introduced, I was like, well, that was another like bad element because I was like, I knew she's a part of
Well,
this.
and that was part of her perform. Yeah, I think her performance could have been. Yeah, I thought they gave it a little bit away in just the way that she played her. Yeah.
I was like, what? What? No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, too many giveaways, guys. Like, make us work for it. Yeah, make us second gas. Make us like, yeah. I hope our next serial killer movie will be much, much, much better. And please don't make us wait so long for it. That would be wonderful. Maybe we can create a movie. We should just like make a serial killer.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, that's what we have, folks. 6 out of 10. Go watch it if you're a horror movie buff. Even if you're a serial killer movie buff, I think it's it's good to watch. There were some good elements. You'll be entertained, that's for sure. But know that this is not one of the better of the movies. And maybe if I watch it again, I'll change my mind. I don't know. But yeah, not in my top 10 for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't. What? Yeah, I don't see. I mean, since it's so much about mystery and surprises and stuff, I don't know. What giving it a rewatch is going to get better. If anything, I think it's going to get worse. So I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Cool. Thank y'all for watching. And please join us at our next review.